Another cave. I've spent
You've
enough
come.
time underground
The
myself.
Draugr infesting the
If you wanna
mirror
go
sanctuary
in,
are
I'm right
inside.
behind you.
Then I'll wait.
I'm okay with the dark, but I've spent more than my share. Who's there? Who's there? Where'd you come from?
You've done it. The shrine is ours again. Now we need to prepare a grand feast to welcome you to Namira's coven. You will have the honor of bringing a fresh kill for the main course, and I know the perfect person. A priest filled with the taste of an easy life, Brother Verilus from Markarth. Give him this gold. Tell him you need Arke's help exploring an old cavern for treasure. And when he stands in Namira's presence, she will take care of the rest. Say hello to Verilus for me.
Good day, friend. Keeping well? You are looking for Arke's protection while you delve some dank tomb, I take it? My duties keep me busy in Markarth. I don't know if I can help you. You know, in the priesthood of Arke, we have a joke about an empty pocket being better than a full grave. That's no small amount of coin, friend. I suppose I can come with you for a short venture. Lead on.
Not too full on bread and wine.
I always leave room for favorite part.
The forgotten.
I hope I
wretched.
can take a few home with me.
I always preferred the liver myself. My brother had such a juicy liver.
Who are you? What's going on?
Priest of Arke. I'm your friend.
You're my... friend.
Yes, I'm your friend, and I've invited you to dinner.
I've been invited to dinner. I'm so hungry.
Why don't you lay down and rest while we get the meal ready?
It's so good
I
to
need
have
to lay
everyone
down.
around the table again.
I'll just be a minute.
Iola's
Come
a
with
fine
me.
host.
Our
She
feast
really
is
keeps the
at
faithful
end.
together.
You've brought us
I
quite
had
the
this
meal.
now. I was almost getting ready to eat my sherbet and blame it on the Forsworn.
When was your first meal?
Do dogs count?
Of course they don't count.
My friend Merrick's. We were hunting, and I thought he was an elk.
That must have been quite a surprise.
Either way.
The meal is on Namira's table. Go ahead, carve.
Okay. Were these the cannibals that were plaguing the Hall of the Dead? I need to get back to Markarth. Here, take this. It's the least I can do for saving my life.
That foolish old man's taking my
Head back to the mainland. Bless you, Mathsera. Thank you, Outlander. I was one of the Redderin Guard under Captain Veleth's command. A few years ago, I was out on patrol with 2 other men when we were attacked by some ash spawn. They sprung from the ground with no warning and killed one of my companions instantly. I was so frightened, I ran all the way back to Raven Rock. Unfortunately, I'd left the other guardsmen behind, and he never made it. Captain Veleth discharged me from service. There isn't a single night that passes where I don't regret what I did. But it's too late for that now. Another day of misery.
Hey. You haven't seen Crescius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Crescius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble. Looking to protect yourself, or deal some damage? You tell Crescius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Azura's wisdom to you, friend. I work for... You got a problem, you talk to him.
Damn it, woman. I said to leave me be.
Crescius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now.
I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Crescius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy? Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are. Maybe. Been difficult trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map. A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine. Gratian Caerelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel, and he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago. The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall, but I know better. My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key. It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else. It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance. Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone. Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for. I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company's keeping from all of us. Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost. The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skull in the first place. Oh, very well. Here. Tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot. Look, I know I don't have much to go on. I have that unsent letter, and that's really it. But I also have a miner's instinct that's run in my family from before Gratian was even born. I may sound like a crazy old man to you, but I'm telling you, the tunnels here are solid. They would never collapse like that. She thinks that old age is out of my mind, that I'm seeing things when there's nothing to be seen. I realize she cares about me, but she has to understand that I can't rest until I find out what happened to Gratian. Then I'll settle down peacefully and never set foot in this mine again. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, even before I discovered Gratian's old things. I just hope both of you don't mistake my enthusiasm for insanity. Be careful down there. The mine can be treacherous.
Captain Velez mentioned how valuable you've become to the Redderin Guard. The Counselor and I appreciate your assistance.
I'm glad to lend a
I'm no
hand.
fan of the sun.
You must be using quite a bit of your raw materials repairing their weapons and armor. I'm sorry we can't compensate.
Not to worry, Andrew. I'll recover my losses in due time.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws.
Find my... Glover Mallory's the name. If you're looking for a smith, you found one of the best. So, you finally tracked down old Cretius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he? Tell you what, since you went through all the trouble of finding it for me and all, you keep it. I just wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking things from other people. Now that you've delivered the message, I'm satisfied. Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use. A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Rife, a very talented armor smith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Why you're leading Cretius on, I'll never understand.
This is gorgeous. I'm glad you're here with me. Where'd you come from? Nordic ruins, even older than I am. I wonder if the Draugr are as gullible as they were when I was a girl.
You hear something?
Who's there? Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere, just out of this.
If you're looking for work, the mine's been closed for a long time.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
You're back. Please, tell me what you found. Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rockfall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone. Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do. Those cowards left decades ago. Every single damned one of them. The moment the ebony mine dried up, they pulled up stakes. Ridiculous. Solstheim is still rich in ebony ore. I know there's more down there. I can smell it. I come from 3 generations of miners, and I'm telling you that the East Empire Company was wrong. They just didn't want to spend the coin trying to find it. Our home has stood in Raven Rock since the colony was founded. Grayson helped build it with his own 2 hands. After Grayson died, he left behind a wife and a son. My grandfather, Relicus. Relicus lived there for quite a long time, working in the other sections of the mine until he was slain by reavers. I never knew my father. My mother and I always lived alone. I asked her about him many times, but she seemed angry and refused to speak about him. So eventually, I let it go. When I was old enough, I began working in the mine, hoping to make my fortune and eventually move to the Imperial City. Unfortunately, yes. I only had enough coins saved to send one of us back to the Imperial City. So I sent my mother alone. I wanted her to see her homeland before she died. Until I met my darling Aphia, yes. I suppose you could have called me a bitter old hermit. Now I'm just old. Mark my words, Raven Rock isn't finished yet.
I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here. Some of the Redderin Guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped. I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction. Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind, and I'd hate to lose any more Redderin Guard. We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful. No one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago, but I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back. We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses. Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us, and we need to find out who or what it is. I don't. All I know is that the ash spawn are coming from this direction, so this is as good a place to start as anywhere else. Good thing the farm's been abandoned for a long time. I'd hate to see what they would do to an unarmed farmer and his family. Not sure. I was told it was an old Imperial farm that was wiped out by the eruption of the Red Mountain. Not certain who lived there. It was already a pile of rubble when I arrived in Raven Rock. I've had to muster some more men to protect the mine, but I don't really have a problem with that. Second Councillor Arano is concerned that once word reaches the Reavers that the mine has reopened, they might think about paying us a visit. I say let them try. My men are ready for them. Report back to me if you discover anything unusual. Have you found something? This is strange. The note says it's from General Falks Carius, but that's impossible. Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmouth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive. If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmouth and check it out. I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults. Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
It'll be good to get out of the sun for a while.
Men, an invader is under... Fort Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
What is it? Anything good?
I've failed.
What news do you bring from Fort? I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years? It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Carius's exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock. Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Carius. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful. I'm sorry to bother you, but Second Councillor Rano asked me to come find you. He said it's quite urgent. All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the Ash Spawn. Please, go speak to the Second Councillor as soon as possible.